Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Fourier series. So to start with, suppose we have a trigonometric series of the form this fx for a function fx. The trigonometric series is as of the form a naught by 2 plus sigma n goes from 1 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin nx over the interval minus pi to pi. So here these ANs and BANs and this A naught, these are the unknown constants. So to determine these constants, we make certain assumptions. So the basic assumption is that we assume that the right hand side of this 1 is uniformly convergent. So by making this assumption, we are able to integrate the series on the right hand side term by term. And also, since we are aware that the integration of cos nx and sin nx for n 1, 2, 3 and so on over the interval minus 2 pi is 0. So with this fact and the assumption as said, the term by term integration of 1 gives us the value of a naught, which is given by this expression 2, which is 1 by pi minus pi to pi integration of fx. Nextly, for in the given series 1, if we multiply it by cos nx and then integrate it from minus pi to pi, we find the expression for ans, which is 1 by pi minus pi to pi fx cos nx dx. Likewise, on multiplication by sin nx and then integration from minus to pi gives us the values for bn's given by expression number 4. Thus, if we assume that 1 is converging uniformly, then using the formulas obtained in 2, 3 and 4, that is the expression for A naught, AN and BN, these ANs and BNs can be obtained. Now, the question is, how do we know that whether a given function fx is uniformly convergent or it is having a uniformly convergent trigonometric series? So as of now, we do not know that. So to us, ANs and BNs, they may exist or they may not exist. So while writing the trigonometric series, the procedure that we usually follow is that we write the expressions for ANs and BNs using the formulas given by 3 and 4, that is the expressions for ANs and BNs, and then we construct our required trigonometric series. So if a series is constructed by using the formulas 2, 3 and 4, ANs and BNs which are thus obtained, they are called as the Fourier coefficients for the function fx, and the series so obtained is called Fourier series. So what we observe, that to construct the series, it is sufficient to assume that fx is integrable over the interval minus pi to pi. Now we have a very important note point while dealing with the Fourier series. That suppose it is not necessary that for an integrable function, or even if we have a continuous function fx, Fourier series will always converge to fx. No, this is not always true. We cannot say that this is a mandate. It may happen that the series thus obtained, or the series which we may call as Fourier series, may diverge at one or more points. So basically what we are saying, the existence of the Fourier series need not imply that the Fourier series is converging to the function fx, and also if you have a convergent trigonometric series, it is not necessary that we may call it as a Fourier series. Say for example, if we have this function summation, this series sin nx upon log of 1 plus n, it is very well clear that this is converging for all x, but it is not a Fourier series. So basically, if we are calling this series as not a Fourier series, it means the coefficients in the series given by 5 cannot be obtained using the formulas as stated in 3 and 4 for any integrable function fx. So now let's consider a simple example of a function fx given by x, and we'll try to write its Fourier series. So again, using the formulas as defined earlier for a0, we observe that a0 for the function fx equals to x is 0, an is 0, and bn comes out to be 2 into minus 1 to the power n plus 1 upon n. So thus the function fx equals to x in the interval minus pi to pi can be expanded as a trigonometric series, or namely called as a Fourier series, given by this expression.